everyone, and welcome back to We Talk Cricket. Another day in cricket history, another sad day for West Indian fans, as West Indies go down 2-0 to Australia, losing the second test, which in everyone's opinion was one they could have won again. Without further ado, before we jump into the real nitty-gritties as we always do, we're going to talk some stats here that happened over these past 4 days of test cricket between West Indies and Australia. We had Australia batted first, being bundled out in the first innings for 286 all out. Now, kudos to the West Indies for actually pulling off something such as bowling Australia out. Oh wait, they've done it many times before. We had Alex Carey in the first innings, top scoring with 63, and receiving some good support from 60 from Bo Webster as they were able to revive the Australian innings as they were 60-something odd for 4 and get them to a respectable total. Bowling for West Indies in that first innings, we had Alzarri Joseph picking up 4 for 61 and receiving some solid support from Jaden Seals, who picked up 2 for 45 as he was very economical in his 14 or 16 overs. Now, with this in mind, West Indies batters come out to bat. We had West Indies in response making 253 all out, with Brandon King making his maiden test half century, making 75, and John Campbell making 40, being the lone batters to show some fight for the West Indians as they fell just shy of the opponent's total by 30-something odd runs, 33 odd runs, giving Australia a slight lead, but also a slight advantage going into their second innings. Bowling for Australia, we had Nathan Lyon picking up 3 for 75, leading their bowling fight, and receiving some good support from Josh Hazelwood and also Pat Cummins, who both picked up 2 wickets for the Aussies as they took that first innings lead and said, hey, we're going to run with it. Australia in response in their second innings were bundled out for 243, and that is technically about 43 runs off of what they made originally in their first innings. We had Steve Smith coming into form, making 71 on his return to Test cricket, and receiving some good support from Cameron Green, who actually also came into form, making 52 as they were able to push Australia to a respectable total and setting the West Indies 277 runs to win, with basically a day and a good afternoon session to play out this Test match. Shamar Joseph led the West Indies bowling attack, picking up 4 for 66. Sad he didn't get the 5-wicket haul, but honestly, as a team, if you get them wickets, you don't care who gets 5, you don't care who gets 6, you don't care who gets 2, as long as somebody gets the wicket. He did receive some great support from Jaden Seals, who taught for 16 overs, bowled about 6 maidens and picked up 2 wickets, and also Justin Greaves and also Alzarri Joseph, who picked up 2 wickets, leading the fight back for West Indies and restricting Australia below that 300 total, making sure the lead didn't grow past the 300 run mark. West Indies in response comes out to bat, and we're bundled out for 143 all out, with only Ross and Chase making 34 and Shamar Joseph making 24, showing any real fight for the West Indies in this second innings cause. Nathan Lyon came back again, picking up 3 for 42, and Mitchell Stark picked up 3 for 24, along with some good support from Josh Hazelwood, who picked up 2 for 33. Now, let's get down to the nitty-gritty of this Test match. Yes, we saw let's be honest, we saw a lot of questionable decisions by the umpires, especially on the bad side for West Indies. A lot of it went against you. Okay, we accept that. Humans make mistakes. Even technology makes mistakes. That's why we don't really put our full faith in it, right? Understandable. But nevertheless, can we say from a viewer's and a fan's perspective that both these teams played to the best of their abilities? And if you say yes, leave it in the comments, because I will tell you straight up no. Not just as a West Indian fan of cricket, but as a fan of this game that I love, I will tell you something. The only team that played cricket out there, honestly, and I'm going to be as nice as I can about this, was the Aussies and the West Indian bowlers. Why do I say this? Let's take a look at the Australian batting. They lost wickets early, both times, both innings. They rebuilt. They took the time, they got to know the wicket, they played their game. Okay? They didn't play anybody else's game. They tried to play their game and adapt to a wicket they didn't know about. Okay? Their bowlers did the exact same thing. Yes, they had a lot of help from the umpires, but they still did the exact same thing. Disciplined bowling. Nothing fancy, nothing super special. Ain't no boomer on this team. Ain't no Akash Deep on this team. Ain't no Matai Little on this team. No. Simple line and length bowling. You get the ball to move. You wait for the batter to make the bad decisions. Okay? West Indian fast bowlers came out and did the exact same thing. They tried to bowl line and length. Yes, obviously, there were some short balls. There were some wide balls. No bowler has a day where it's all just straight up perfect. I'm sorry. But they tried to do that. Okay? Tried to do that. Tried to get that line and length. We're able to bowl out their opponents twice. That's 20 wickets right there. 20 good wickets right there. Seam bowlers in this match, and even in the first test match, took the majority of the wickets, which tells you that these wickets we're playing on are taking us back to the days of fast bowling where, hey, things can happen, movement is there. But the difference between the two sides and why I said Australia won and the West Indies bowling side won was because the West Indies batters batting on their home turf, on their wicket, couldn't do squat about it. This is what I mean. Craig Brathwaite, in your last 4 to 5 innings, I'm pretty sure that the West Indies bottom 4 have scored more runs, not just combined, but probably individually versus how much runs you have scored. Whose cricket are you trying to play? John Campbell in the first innings going well, batting superb, and played a who knows what the crap shot was that to just gift his wicket away when he could have stood there and actually probably made 100. The West Indies top order batting has not been exceptional at all. It has been poor. It has been devastating, if anything. If this is what we call test batsmen, I think we need to redefine it, West Indies. This isn't test batters. Take a look at what the Aussies did. They lost wickets, but then they stuck it out. They decided to put their head down. It didn't matter if it took them 30 balls to get a boundary. And yes, when certain situations arose where they started to attack the bowlers, they didn't just fling their bat willy-nilly. They pick and choose which ball delivery or ball to hit versus swinging their bat at everything that come their way. It is good to be aggressive, but when you try to be over-aggressive, the game can normally get away from you and you normally end up gifting your wicket away when you could have just stood there and bat, which is what West Indies did. Now, let's talk about batting positions and lineup. Honestly speaking, Craig, you need to sit down for the next match. John Campbell, you would sit down the next match. Casey Carty, you would sit down the next match. Hope, sit down the next match. Graves, sit down the next match. Now you're thinking, bro, you're like taking out half the team. Well, yes, I am. Why am I doing this? Why am I seeing it from a fan's perspective? Because let me show you the difference here. Consus this is only like his 4th, 6th, whatever test match. He's learning. He's gonna gain experience as he goes. Maybe Usman can sit down because he's got like a load of experience. But I want you to watch the difference between the top 5 for the two sides respectively and see how much runs they've scored, who's scored a 50 in what position, and who've actually helped their team rebound when they were in tough conditions or circumstances or situations. It would definitely go to Australia. Cricket is a game where the fundamentals will never leave. I don't care if it's T20, I don't care if it's 50 over, and especially for test cricket. If you want to win this game, you gotta be in it to win it. You have to pick West Indies, you have to pick a squad and batters that can stand up there to face the harshest and toughest of bowlers. And when 2 or 3 quick wickets fall, you got someone or 2 people in there that can say, hey, it's gonna be okay. We can do this. We can bat through it. We don't need to be anyone else. We just need to play our game because this is our home turf. West Indies, you playing like you in Australia right now, and this is their backyard. And gifting wickets for what ridiculous purpose, I do not understand. My gear bag is packed. If you want me to come play, I will come play. I don't care if I have to stand there and face 200 balls of the world's toughest bowling. I will do it to show you it can be done. Because this is ridiculous. You have the home advantage, but yet you're playing like the visitors. Why, I have no idea. Bowling, your bowlers are striving their best. You are playing the runners-up of the World Test Championship and you're bowling them out in 2 test matches. You've bowled Australia out 4 times in total, both times each innings. Does that not speak wonderful progression for you? Yes, it does. It really and truly does. It shows that your bowlers are fighting for this. You got feeling? Yes, it's not perfect, but you're trying to back them up. You're trying to give them what they need. They're performing, they are producing. And you are sitting on the back foot with batters who don't want to be here and who don't want to play this version. I'm sorry, Shea Hope. You got to call back to Test cricket after, by the way, refusing to captain this side. And you are batting like you played some 50 over in T20. Wake up, my brother. This is not the same version. This is endurance. This is dedication. This is stepping up. And when you put on that maroon t-shirt saying, hey, I'm going to represent. I want you to notice the difference when the Australians step out there. They know who they represent. They're representing a people, a nation that they want to make proud. You're doing the same thing, West Indies, but your people right now are just like, what are we doing? It is nonsense to see when you have your bowlers running out there and giving your all, and your batsmen can't even chase down a meager 200 plus total. It is just sad for West Indies cricket and sad for cricket as in general. England were facing 608. Those boys got up there and at least tried to bat. But, oh, come on. West Indies cricket, we have to stand up. We have to rise. Your fans deserve it. Do not just bow down to every opponent to come your way. Not when you have people fighting. Not when you have fans supporting you. And not when this game, as beautiful as it is backing you to just step out there and say, hey, you can do it. You have worked hard to get here. You can do it. Please. Change is necessary. West Indies going forward into the 3rd and final test. I beg of you, pick a squad that wants to play. I don't want to see Bradford at that top order. I don't want to see Campbell at that top order. I don't want to see Hope. I don't want to see Carthy. I don't want to see Shea Hope or Graves. Pick a side that you know will give you a fighting chance to show Australia, hey, you are in our home turf. You are in our backyard. You got to take this from our hand. You ain't gonna just run up there and just pick it up like this. No, you gotta work for it. You gotta earn it. Because our bowlers are giving our all, so our batters are gonna stand up there and give their all. We can do this. Australia, kudos to you. Now I will say, you've had your own struggles. There's nothing different really for you, but you have rebounded in a way that helps your side to come out victorious in 2 test matches the way West Indies should have done. You did collapse, but you recovered. And then your bowlers backed you up and you tried to back them up with great feeling in the field. That speaks dedication to the game. That speaks, hey, yo, we lost the World Test Championship. We're going to come out here and every other side will know. Not because we lost, we're going to show you why we were there and we're going to come back and claim it. It is great to see that type of vitality. It is great to see that type of mentality. And great to see that you have not given up despite losing your #1 standing in World Test cricket. So kudos to you. I know you're going to look forward to the 3rd test knowing that, hey, you already claimed the series. So winning or losing this, I know you want to win it, will be like for you a consolation prize if anything. Congrats to you. Anyway, let us know on the chat. Let us know down below, what do you think West Indies could have done better? What can they do better going forward to claim something from this test series versus Australia? Something that their bowlers can look back on and say, hey, yes, thank you batsmen, we did something. And let us know what else Australia can do more. Because hey, you know we're going to have to talk about it. Where else, my peeps? But right here on We Talk Cricket. And I'll catch you next time so we can talk some more. Later.